All right, welcome everybody to the brand new memorabilia room here at Haas F1. It's an expense that we've had to endure thanks to Mr. Magnussen over here getting himself on the podium in Montreal. But, you know, we spent the money now, so let's hopefully go and fill it. Otherwise, I've spent $500,000 on a room for a third place trophy. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Kicking Haas. Today we have the British Grand Prix and it will almost certainly be raining at some point. But of course, last episode, K-Mag unexpectedly got us onto the podium, and that means of course that we now need a memorabilia room. So we are going to go and build that right now because we have nothing. 440 grand. It's expensive for a third place trophy cabinet, but we've got to go and do it. And let's hope that that is going to be, well, 5 days time. Before the British Grand Prix, it will officially be in action. So the everything here, the inbox is more or less just about the Canadian Grand Prix, and what an excellent race it was. And we do have some driver development points to add here to Logan Sargeant. Now, there is the update coming with tyre wear. And I know, just from things that I've read, that the ability to keep tires is going to be a lot harder. So we need to build his smoothness up. Pace and that is all well and good, but we need to get that to a level. K-Mag and Correa do not have any development points to add. Do any of our staff members have anything? No, they don't. So let's turn our focus now to the car. Now, in 7 days' time, we will get a reset of the R&D thing or whatever it's called. Now, we'll have to decide what we want to update. Yeah, if you have a look at where we rank on the grid with everything, high-speed corners, top speed, that's where we tend to struggle, which is not going to be great for Silverstone, I wouldn't have thought. But anyway, we'll continue on. We've got 2 weeks here. Facility upgrade, so the helipad is upgraded, which is excellent. We've got an important email, which I suspect might have something to do with that. We've got low stock on suspension parts, so we'll need to go and do that. What is low stock? I mean, how low are we talking here? 3. So yeah, we definitely need to probably get another 3, don't we? So we've got 6. So we should have those, or some of them anyway, ready for Silverstone. So that's good. And what else we've got here? Helipad upgrade is complete. Is that the same thing, I'm assuming? Yeah, so that's fine. We'll continue again. And the memorabilia room is with us. So the third place trophy has a home. So that's excellent. And that'll build up a little bit of morale and team attractiveness as well. And we've got the new development thing coming up now. Now, Gary Gannon, 6 months left. Is Gary Gannon someone that we want to keep? I mean, I'm going to say no. He's not great, is he? Now, one thing with staff is that it doesn't have a nationality for them. Now, I know that Gary Gannon is American because I've heard him talk on the radio. So there's a part of me that thinks we should probably keep him because of that. But there's another part of me that thinks, well, maybe anyone could be American. We just don't know. So, yeah, I'm not sure what we do that. We'll keep him to the end of the season anyway. And we might look to do it then. Correa, you are just with us until we can find somebody better. Do we want to keep Simone Resta? Now, that is a question. He is ranked 80. Now, if we were to go and have a look at scouting for replacements here, if we search by rating, I mean, he's 3rd. So I think, we keep a little bit of loyalty, don't we? And we keep him here. He's only 51, so there's still room for him to develop as well. So I think we will renew him. So let's see. I'll tell you what. Let's show a little bit of faith. 3 years. What's he on now? That's what he's on now. We'll give you a signing bonus as well. Sending proposal. And he should be happy with that. No. So is 3 years not enough, or is it too long? Because realistically, you know, there's 2 guys that are better. They're not that much better. There we go, 4 years. They're not that much better. So, you know, and we're not going to take guys off Red Bull and Mercedes just yet, are we? So I think that's absolutely fine to give him a 4-year contract, if I'm honest. And who was there another one? The race engineer, wasn't it? Everybody else there is tied down relatively long term. Gearbox in poor condition. We can change that after free practice. So we've got this new, the new development hours now. So we'll go and have a look at what needs to be improved. It's top speed and acceleration, isn't it? really. We haven't developed the side pods at all yet. So what if we go and do that? I usually like to do 2 updates per thing. So we've got a little bit longer, actually, this time than we usually get. So let's do half and half. So 45, 46 is going to be half and half, isn't it? And what does that do? So that puts us... It improves us a little bit. Not that much, to be honest. And nothing in terms... I mean, top speed, I think, is actually a rear wing, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, there's a part of me that thinks, are we improving that much? But you've got to improve the car as a whole, I suppose, don't you? There's no point just... Yeah. All right, so we'll do that. We'll get half our engineers on it. And we'll get that into... Was it 29 days? Yeah, so that's fine. And we'll have to wait. We're developing an underfloor just now. So when they'll both come through very similar times, actually. So that's all good. See what else we've got here. We've got... Oh, we're already ready to go to Silverstone, are we? So that went by quick. So the contract is renewed of Simone Resta. So that is excellent news. British Grand Prix preview. We've got the race prep. We are expecting a cloudy race, which is maybe a little bit of a surprise. The board confidence check-in. They have high confidence in it just now. To be honest, I've never really looked at it. But, I mean, we're doing a good job. I'm not that insecure about things. So, yeah, a long-term objective podium contender. We've already got one this year, so that's a bit of a surprise that we all enjoyed, I hope. And so that is that. We needed to go to race performance targets. Reach Q2, qualifying position of 12th. Let's back K-Mag to do that. I'm not completely confident about Q3, but I never really am. Fastest lap, I think, is not something we want to be guaranteeing. And race finishing... A car in the top 14, 3 races in a row, that's something we should be able to do. So we will guarantee that. All right, I think it is just about time to go to Silverstone. Okay, so we can see the weather forecast for the weekend. No rain, which is surprising for Silverstone. Although, to be honest, recently it has been a little bit more dry often than not. Because I was there this year and it was freezing and it rained. So maybe that's just my luck. So we will play around with setups here. We'll see... I mean, to be honest, Silverstone just tends to be a little bit more high-speed corners, so you probably we'll just have to see. I think, because I'm not 100% sure how you set a car up for that. But anyway, we'll do that. That gets things sort of in the middle of the zone. So let's go and do free practice 1. Okay, so we will watch as our Haas's take to the track. There goes Sargeant. K-Mag will come out behind him, and well, let's hope we have a good weekend here. Alright, so K-Mag has come back in. He is not a massive fan of the setup we've given him, so we're going to have to do some work on that. The straights is bad. Now, which direction is it bad? So I guess we'll take a stab and say that way. Traction is bad, so we'll guess it probably has to go that way. Cornering. If we do that, and then we should be able to bring brake balance back a bit with that. Yeah. Well, we can only see how that goes and then try again. Alright, and Logan Sargeant has come back in, and it's even worse for him. So, yeah, there's not been a successful start to the weekend, fortunately, but it can only get better from here. I should say quickly, too, while the cars are going around here, it's Sargeant is 11th, Magnussen is 8th, so I think Red Bull and Ferrari have come with updates because they are a long way ahead of everybody else. The patch, as far as I know anyway, we'll find out in the race, the patch, this is pre-patch, it is supposed to be coming out in the next week or so, and it's going to improve things like the tyre compounds will be a lot different, the wear, things like that. So, yeah, this is pre-patch, so if it's come out before this episode goes out, yeah, it is definitely pre-patch. But I'm excited to see the game with it because it's a little bit easy, you know, a one-stop just works. I think it looks as though with the patch it's going to be a case of, you know, if you put soft tyres on at the end, you are going to be 2 seconds a lap faster than everybody. So, yeah, that should make it a little bit more interesting in terms of race strategy as well. Oh, we've got a great setup strategy for K-Mag. Excellent. So we've gone in the right direction there. We'll go and see what he's got to say about things in a little bit more detail here. And 82%. So that is definitely much better, isn't it? So we've not quite nailed everything. I wonder if we just did that and just see how that went. Yeah, let's just do that. We'll just tweak the front wing. Alright, and it looks like Logan Sargeant is more happy with things now as well, so we might do a similar thing with him with the front wing. We've got an optimal setup there on cornering, so we'll try and leave that where it is, and the traction is not particularly good for him. So, yeah, we will try that and see how he likes that. Okay, so FP1 is done. You can see the gap between the Red Bull. The Red Bull and Ferraris are up front, but then look at that. It's almost a second then to get to Alonso, to the Alpines and Mercedes, and then Magnussen. So, yeah, Red Bull and Ferrari, I think, have bought the old Silverstone upgrade. Okay, so K-Mag has come back in this is FP2, of course, and we're getting there, but we've still got a little ways to go, don't we? Braking stability and traction seem to be the issue. I wonder if we go the other way. We've got some optimals there as well, which is always good. Brake stability. All right, so let's give that a try, I suppose. All right, and we have an optimal setup for Logan Sargeant, which is excellent. Just a little bit off on the oversteer. I mean, we probably have a little bit of time to play around with things, but I just don't think it's worth it, to be honest. So we might just leave that. Excellent stuff. He can go and just get his track familiarity up now. I can see it's only a tenth off of Magnussen, so that's excellent. Alright, so K-Mag has come back in and we've made things worse. So in a way, at least we know we've gone the wrong way on that. So that's fine. And we're a little bit outside that window, so let's do that. And we've got braking stability spot on. It's just the traction that is we've made worse. So let's see how that goes. That should be getting close anyway. Okay, so FP2 has finished now. K-Mag in 9th, Sargeant in 13th. And that is all absolutely fine. I'm happy with them being there. So we've got one last practice session to go. And let's see if we can get K-Mag up to an optimal setup as well. All right, so qualifying Saturday. We've got Sargeant all good. We've got K-Mag hopefully on the way to being good. So the guys are just cruising around right now. One thing I did want to ask is just a bit of feedback from you guys. If this free practice stuff is stuff that you're interested in and you want to see, or if you just rather get sort of straight to qualifying and yeah, maybe do it that way. So just let me know if you enjoy this. I'm happy to keep doing it. I mean, I've got to sit here and do the free practice anyway, so that doesn't take me. It's not like I'm doing any extra work or anything. But yeah, just let me know if you're interested in it or if it's just a little bit boring. Okay, so K-Mag is back in. We are getting close, but we're also running out of time now, aren't we? So we've probably got one more chance to do this. Yeah, what if we try that? It's very minimal tweaks, isn't it? But yeah, like I say, the issue is that it probably takes, you want to allow probably 25 minutes of session time, and by the time we make the changes, we're going to be sort of getting down to that. So yeah, we'll stick Sargeant on a set of softs, let him go back out. But yeah, I mean, well, hopefully this will get K-Mag high 90s anyway. All right, so K-Mag has had a bit of a loop-de-loop, it looks like. There he goes. Excellent work. Hopefully, well, no damage should have been done there, so that should be okay. Okay, so K-Mag has come back in, and we've gone backwards on the setup. Right, because the 94 is the best, so we'll have to go with that. We've not nailed his setup for him, which is always disappointing, but there we go. Alright, so free practice is done. K-Mag 9th, Sargeant 13th. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? I mean, again, that's absolutely fine. We're going to change K-Mag's gearbox before qualifying. But, yeah, I mean, that being the case here, we were looking good for Q2 with both cars. And maybe we can sneak Magnussen into Q3 as well. Okay, welcome back. Now we can see here K-Mag's gearbox 29. We're not gonna take that into the race with us, so we'll whack on one of the ones we have in stock. So that's absolutely fine, and everything else on his car is good. And so we'll just double check where's car parts here. Yeah, so that should be fine for Logan Sargeant. All right, let's get to qualifying. So as ever, we will send them straight out. Just try and get on the track early, get a lap time in. We'll try and do 3 runs like we usually do, but we'll come back for the final one. Okay, so Sargeant is coming around to do his final lap. He's only just going to get there, but he does get there. And, well, you can see we're currently sitting 8th with Magnussen, 10th with Sargeant, but there was a lot of traffic on the earlier runs, and so there's a lot of cars there that I suspect can do a lot better. So we'll go and have a look at sector times. Where are we? There we go there, and see what we can do. There is Bottas, so there's green sectors behind. Hamilton is going faster, as is Bottas. Let's see, Magnussen's done a green first sector, as has Sargeant. So, I mean, again, everybody had traffic. It wasn't just other cars or not just us, but Bottas has gone ahead of both of our guys. Checkered flag is out, but it's been out for a little while now, I would have thought. We are the last 2 cars on track as well, so we've managed to do that not too badly. See, oh, we're not flat through Cops. That might be a bit of a problem. Let's see what K-Mag's second sector time is like. He should trigger that any second now. And he's gone green, so that is good. Sargeant down to 14th. There's the second sector time here. Somewhere he's slower. So that is not great. But he is still in 14th, and there's only the 2 Williams to cross the line behind him. So K-Mag is going to be absolutely fine, and I dare say Sargeant is as well. Unless Albon, oh, he is safe now. So both cars through. Magnussen P11. Let's see if Sargeant can get himself back up into 13th, and no, he'll stay 14th, but through. So there we go. These are the confirmation of the times. Bottas is taking a penalty, so he will be hopeful. If Sargeant can stay within 5 places, then he should go up, you know, 1 more anyway. So yeah, we'll see how that goes as we move into Q2. Both of our cars, though, not really where they want to be. Okay, so both of our guys have done 1 run on used tyres. Magnussen is 8th. Sargeant got absolutely shafted by Hamilton coming out of the pits and got so badly held up. He should get a penalty for it. But anyway, Hamilton got karma on his fast lap as well, it looks like. So we'll see what we can do here. I don't expect Sargeant to be able to get through. We've got a yellow flag somewhere. Tsunoda has got himself a penalty. So what's gone on there, I wonder? So it was a lock-up for Ocon. I wonder why Tsunoda's got a grid penalty, though. Anyway, green first sector for Sargeant. I was looking at Leclerc, who's done 2 purples. And a green first sector for Magnussen as well. Magnussen is behind Sargeant on the track this time. And, well, there's green all over the shop, isn't there? I don't think Sargeant's going to do much more other than, you know, if he can get 14th, not sort of be 15th on the grid, then that is brilliant for him. It's whether we can get K-Mag through the session or not, I think that's going to be the big question mark here. K-Mag is now the... Oh, he's the man in danger. That's why Tsunoda had that there, not a grid penalty. So 2 green sectors for Sargeant. Esteban Ocon is about to cross the line, I think. There he goes there. He stays. So Sargeant is going to be at least 14th. Can he get past Guan Yu Zhou? And Magnussen needs to go faster to get out of the session as well. He's missed the apex there, which isn't great. Come on, Logan. Come on, Logan. What's he done? What's he done? He has not done any quicker. So he will be 14th. K-Mag to come across the line. Can he jump himself into the top 10? Yes, he can. He goes 10th and knocks Tsunoda out. So Logan Sargeant will start 14th with the penalty to Bottas. Potentially, he could jump a place to 13th. But look at that. He was only just off both Norris and Guan Yu Zhou's times in the same sort of 10th of a second. So that's a little bit unlucky. He could have been on for his probably best ever starting position, because I don't think he started inside the top. I think 14 might even be his best, is it? Alright, so K-Mag, he came into the session 10th. He is currently sitting in 10th. Bottas has spun, so that means that he's essentially not going to be going any quicker, I wouldn't have thought. Realistically, the only chance, if we go and have a look actually just quickly at lap times, you can see there, we're only just off Bottas, but there's a bit of a gap in front of him, 3 tenths to Gasly. So it'll be a special lap, although it is fresh tyres, so you never know. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Green first sector. Now, no one in front of us has done a green first sector, so that's promising. We are the last car on track. I usually try and make sure that's the case. The risk, of course, is a yellow flag, but it hasn't really been an issue in the game, to be honest, as it is in real life. So, are we going to be able to improve? Now, like I say, Magnussen came into the session 10th from Q2, so if he starts 10th, that's absolutely fine. But if he can get up a few places, even better, obviously. Let's see what the second sector is. And it is any second now, we should find out. No, the game's going to keep it a secret from us. Well, that I don't know if that builds suspense or it was a bit disappointing, actually, if it gets rid of a little bit of excitement. But anyway, into the final it's club, isn't it? Let's see what he can do. Good acceleration. Cross the line. And Magnussen is still 10th. So Magnussen will actually probably start 9th with the penalty to Bottas. He was only just off of him, but it was... Yeah, he was going to beat Bottas anyway, wasn't he, at the end of qualifying with the grid penalty. But that will do it for qualifying. If you want to go straight away and watch the race, there'll be a little link up there to go and do so. So, yeah, I'll see you for that. We've got Bottas with a penalty, so he will make way for Magnussen to start 9th. Potentially, Sargeant could be 13th, most likely 14th. And, yeah, I look forward to the race, and hopefully you do as well. Take care.